Welcome back to the Esports Report update. We are covering all of the Call of Duty changes of the day. I'm Chris Puckett, joined by Dominique Gelano. Did I say that right?
Gelano.
Gelano.
Yes.
Well, she's better known as Wisdom, so we're going to go with that for the day. But Dom, we got some special guests joining us on the phone right now. We got my boy Ryan Wyatt, better known as Fwiz, and Alex Mendez. You know him, my golden boy. Guys, welcome to the show. We got a lot to talk about today. And Dom, I want you to lead the charge. You can be our question master.
You know what? I'm excited, guys. In case you guys didn't know, this is my first visit to the MLG office, so it's going to be a blast.
Yeah. Good timing. Hey! She's here because of the blizzard, too. Mother Nature wanted this to happen on this day. So
it was about time. It was about time.
Yeah, darn straight. So Dom, lots going on today. I'm going to let you kick it off.
Yeah, so, guys, lots of roster changes to talk about today. We have big names in here. We have Curse talking about roster changes. We had Optic. We had Envious. You know what? We just had Nate on here. Let's talk about Optic first, guys. So, obviously, we saw some tweets yesterday from Scumpy. He was hinting at things. Things were starting to brew underneath the surface a little bit. And then this morning, Clayster announces that he's leaving TK. And at the same time, Scump confirms that he's out from Optic. And then the tidal wave just breaks.
Yep.
I really don't know how else to explain it.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was, I think everybody knew today was D-Day. I mean, you know, we were talking about it last night and then just waking up this morning, you know, I just thought of like the meme. It's like the storm, like winter is coming meme, because the changes were absolutely insane. And Scump was, I mean, it was painfully obvious that Scump was leaving as of yesterday. He changed, you know, the Optic Gaming into his YouTube URL and, you know, went directly home instead of the house and stuff. So that was a pretty obvious change, but man, it turned out to be pretty crazy today, didn't it?
Yeah, I knew he was unhappy. I talked with him and I knew it from the second that after UMG fully ended. It was like, this is it. This is happening. But yeah, the roster itself is a little bit of a surprise, but I knew two of the three players that were going to go. So of the three besides Parasite. That just caught me off guard completely.
Optic has to do they've tried like these pretty major changes with all of these, you know, keynote players, right? But they haven't won an event since December 2012 UMG, right? Yeah. So they didn't even win in it, right? Wasn't that in December?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah, so they didn't.
All right, it was in 2013. Their only win was in 2012.
It was 2012. Yeah, they didn't even win a game. They didn't win a championship in 2013, not one. And this was like supposed to be like a breakout year for them. So obviously, they've had to change. Nate Shot being on the team. Nate Shot's never won an MLG championship. He's only won Call of Duty XP and UMG. Odd XP is obviously huge. I don't want to say only, right? But
only
you know,
a couple hundred.
Yeah. The expectation is high. Prize money's won a lot, right? But you know, like he's been to a lot of MLGs. He hasn't won one yet, right? So they've got to turn it around. I think this roster, I don't know, seems pretty unconventional to me. Putting Parasite and Nate Shot in a room in Chicago, like let's see how that even goes. But on paper, you look at this squad, I'm a huge Clayster fan. He's a hype man. He's exactly what you need when you get emo. Clearly very talented. Those guys should never drop a search and destroy game, which really means how can they do on Blitz and Dom? Because if it ever goes to game 5, I'm going to put my money on Optic. But now I really care about how they're going to play Blitz and Dom, because I'm worried about how that all pans out. But I think they'll win 95% of their S&D games. And again, if this team places 9th, 10th, outside of top 8, this team's going to break up, hands down. And then we'll be going through this all over again.
Fwiz, you said 95% of their search and destroy games. I have to point this out. Yeah, with this team.
This new
Clayster, Nade Shot, Ricky, and Parasite. Is there a better lineup that you can make even a dream team to win search and destroys than this?
No, that's a GB variant S&D all-star team right there. Like they're deadly, dude. That's a deadly squad. So again, it'll be Blitz and Dom, and that's where I'll have all eyes. The expectation should be for them to win all searches. So this is a good team. Look, you got COD champs coming up here, no doubt soon. You're gonna have the qualifier process, whatever that may be, to get into COD champs too. So it's game time, right? Possible another Gfinity tournament could come up here soon. Right. So you got to be ready. So the changes had to happen now, but I don't know, man. I really I can't even make even an assumption about this team. Again, on paper, all-star team. Are they a God squad? No. I still think you're God squad, and you can't take it away from them. It's complexity. They sub out Karma, and they still win, right? can't take it away, at least from that core group. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what to expect from these guys. But the Parasite Nate shot them, I had my eyes all over that shit. I'll tell you that much.
Well, Golden Boy and Wisdom, I got to ask you this one here. Speaking of drama, today's been drama-filled. Complexity and Optic, they've always had a little bit of an internal rivalry. Las Vegas and Optic, they've always had a little bit of a rivalry. And now Envy with Scumpy on that team. Who is Optic Gaming's biggest rival right now with this lineup? Where's the most bad blood?
Envy, hands down.
Yeah,
Envy.
Yeah.
Hands down, Envy. The other ones.
Envy and Optic
Yeah.
is definitely the biggest rivalry.
Yeah.
You got Merc and Scump now, which are bitter about how things went down with Optic. That's a rivalry. I can't. Every Optic and Envy match is going to be hands down the best.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how these two teams clash against one another because Optic Gaming, I think this roster is good, but for me, when I look at it on paper, and I'm going to call them second place right now because I just can't see anyone dethroning Complexity right now. They're just too good. Everyone's playing catch up to what they're doing, and I can't see like Optic beating Envy though. That is just like not right now. I have to see them play more because they have 3 ARs on their team. They need someone to try and switch it up a little bit.
Yep.
That's going to be something interesting to see. I think the player probably that would be the most versatile to switch it up would more than likely be Ricky because that kid's a beast. He's an animal. I mean, he played amazing at Philadelphia. So I think there's going to be a lot of interesting transitions there for each player on the team. But it is definitely not one I expected.
We got a big fan from one of you guys. I don't know if someone muted.
Not me.
Thought it was outside in the windstorm for a second.
We're good.
Yeah.
Dom, what's next on the docket here?
Next on the docket, so obviously we talked about Optic a little bit. We talked about the Optic house a little bit. Now, what I'm curious to know is Parasite, as far as we knew, was supposed to move into the Las Vegas house with the rest of that squad. Now the question is, are he, Clayster, and Ricky, because Ricky's from the Chicago area, are they going to be moving into that house? And if so, are they going to be living out of suitcases for the first month or so?
Yeah, I mean, Ricky obviously in Chicago goes to school out there. I mean, sure, why not? That makes sense. I imagine Parasite would move in since he was already doing a team house move anyway. So one would think that, and I don't know if Nate Shot said anything about it publicly yet, but one would think all those guys are going to get in the house eventually. Ricky maybe being the variable and then can come over on the weekends for tournaments or something. Doesn't necessarily have to live there, right? So that works out for him, but. Man, Chicago's really cold. Vegas?
Really
Vegas? Cold. Yo, I would have went to Curse LB instead of Optic just for that Vegas lifestyle and have
Ben did.
So, yeah, that was my big. That's why I was shocked the most of the Parasite team change.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy stuff going on there. So Optic House, I didn't even want to ask Nade Shot because I don't know if they figured it out. It's only been 24 hours or less than in Parasite's case. So pretty crazy stuff there. But TK has the big hole, and that's my question, guys. What happens with TK at this point, and what happens with Curse Las Vegas?
Yo, if I'm TK, I got to go get Killa, but I doubt he's going to leave Curse Las Vegas at this point. But that's who I would definitely want to go get if I was TK.
I would go with someone. I would go with young talent at this point, and I'm going to
probably go
throw it out there.
as a COD champs, you know?
I'm going to know, not that young, but I'm going to go with someone who I know can slay with the best of them, had a great performance, but needs a team to surround himself around. I think they're going to go with Formal.
Interesting.
Whoa, dipping into the Halo juice. I like that Formal move because the kid...
He's a slayer. He's a slayer.
Now, Formal, he's an aggressive AR. I was trying to think if there's anyone out there on kind of another bottom team, maybe someone like Snipedown, who's also very incredible with the Remington, but I think Formal may be the best bet of someone who can run and gun, but still take that AR role.
Think about it like this, right? You need somebody who is going to listen to the three players, the core three of TK, right? Clayster coming into that, he brought a lot of his views, right? And that wasn't going to work out very well. They weren't going to, I never really saw Clay on that team, but I could see someone like Formal who is still trying to get that Call of Duty knowledge down, but at the same time has that natural raw skill. And you're surrounding yourself with Sharp, who's a veteran in the game. I mean, one of the best to ever play it. You have Theory, who's also another animal. I don't see a reason why not. I think that, I think it's going to be a pretty good team if they go that route, because I really can't see them going after anyone else. Honestly, I don't.
No one
you
from
go
the
after
Eagle
Chilla, but
Slayers, no one from Strictly Business, like any of the teams that had
Mochilla's
kind of
attitude, it won't mesh well with them. I mean, they need a Slayer. Let's just be honest. They need a Slayer. They had that with Goon. He left Envy. They picked up Clay because he was a Slayer. If they go for like Mochilla, there's going to be some serious issues with just chemistry. I don't think that will work out very well. I think you have to have someone young in the scene who's willing to learn, eager to learn, and is also a Slayer. That's why I would go with a player like Formal.
That's a good call. I did not even think about that one.
And
Mr.
Formal
Bowman.
is free now because Fear, obviously Formal left Fear, and Fear also dropped Complex, so they're looking for 2, but
Boom.
that's an interesting
right there.
pickup.
Well, guys, speaking of pro players, we have a 5th spot. We got a new Skype Mortis. So if any of you pros want to jump on and continue this discussion with us, definitely feel free. But we've kind of talked a little bit about TK. We've talked Optic Gaming. Can we give some predictions on this new Envy lineup? And I wanted to get your reactions, Fuzz and Golden Boy, of what did you think when you heard the news that Scumpy was officially a new member of Envious?
Well, the Envy thing, as soon as it was obvious that he was leaving Optic yesterday, Envy was like the number 1 pick, and that wasn't a surprise, right? I couldn't have seen after. I mean, what surprised me more is that Scumpy stayed for one more event instead of taking the complexity offer, to stay for one more event with Optic and take the Envy offer, which is bizarre because he would have just won a championship. He would have won it even if it wasn't Karma, right? If Scumpy played on the team, in my opinion. But I think that squad's really good. I also think Scump's going to be re-energized to want to put a lot of time into the game, given everything that's kind of the pressure and hype that's going to be there. Like when a tournament comes around, the next tournament, people are going to be really focused on Nadeshot and Scump's performance at that LAN. They're also going to be focused on what these guys are doing before the LAN, as far as what their tweets are during the LAN. Are they out late night? Like all their tweets, all that stuff. They're going to have a lot of eyes on them. They know that. So, I think the Envy team's going to be really good, and I know Merc is a hungry player. So Ray coaching it too. I mean, that's a good squad. I mean, Envy's back kind of in championship caliber team,
they are.
and again, perfect timing. They came close to it for COD champs last year. Now they're gonna be able to make another run at it again. So perfect timing for Envy. And I hate to say who deserves stuff, but they've been around. They're a franchise team. They've done a lot for the Call of Duty competitive community. Since
They were one
started
round
back
away
in the
from winning a champs as well. Everyone felt bad when they lost that last one.
Yeah. So I like this squad a lot, and I think it's a top team, no doubt about it.
I think this team, the cool part about this team, and actually sitting around with all of them last night, I might sound like a robot. I don't know. Sorry about that. My internet's really bad. They want to win one for Mike. They want to win one for Hastro. They want to hoist a championship for Envy. That's what's very important. I think that if there's one person who deserves to hoist the championship up with his team, it's Hastro. And they really want to fight for him. They're fighting for him, and I think this is the team that, if there was a team, yes, it would be this one. I mean, even some of the Cole guys I was talking to, they're like, yeah, it's a dirty team. They just got to mesh together. And I'm looking at the new captain, Merc, to really bring them together.
Yeah, and Alex brings up a great point, guys. Obviously, we also heard that Proofy transferring that captainship to Merc. Merc having that big opportunity in the past with Optic. To be honest, I think Proofy said it best. He said he's a soldier, not a leader. And I really see Proofy falling back and getting that re-energization as well. So I think that whole team is going to get that boost, because shifting leadership can be, even though it seems small and it seems just be a title, I think it's going to make a big difference.
Yeah, I mean, there is a little bit of a command figure, no doubt about leader. I think it's more of a public-facing thing as far as who the captain is, more when you're on the team. But I hear what Proofy's saying, although the soldier comment will get you in trouble like it did Kellen Winslow. But yeah, I hear what he's saying. Merc's cool, calm, collected dude. I'd have no problem, being led by him on a team. I think that's a good move. I like everything Envy did was good. I think they're in a great place to win again. And again, I think Scump feels like he's got something to prove again, and outside of the Optic thing. But it was unfortunate how ugly all that had to get between those guys. Boys will be boys, no doubt about it. But hopefully that gets resolved in the future.
It's going to be interesting to see what goes down the next time they see each other face to face.
It's a rivalry, man.
Guys, we
It's
got to throw
crazy.
it to a quick commercial break. I was peeking down at my phone. The whole world wants to see Eggs on the show. So during that commercial break, I'm going to give Mr. Eggs from Complexity a call.
Oh,
Hopefully
God.
he can join us. Also, all the other pro gamers that are watching right now, if you're a top COD pro, we want to hear your thoughts on the moves and get some ideas of what's going to come down maybe tomorrow or later on tonight. We'll be back after this.